Hello and welcome to David's World and on Skyblox. Today, as you see, I am standing in front of my stone and we are just going to harvest these 8 blocks and see how long it takes and how much you have to move around to do it. So are we ready? Are you sure? Positive? So here we go now. So if you take it, it took about 30 seconds to collect my stone blocks, something which I don't really need very much because I have quite a lot of them to start with. And they have only £2 value in the block store to sell them. So really taking up your time harvesting that is a bit of a waste. Now, right here, this is an industrial chest and this has clay blocks in it. Now, if you take it, the clay would be set up in the same way as the stone is in 8 deposits around the totem. Now, let's see how long it takes for me. We'll go back out and we'll go back in, just so we start off at a level position. So, we are now going to harvest these clay blocks. And here we go now. And that took about 6 seconds. So we're going to do the coal ones. And that's them done. Now, this way is much faster to collect. So, from here, I moved over to doing this. 3 chests, all linked to one totem. They have to be put this close with one additional bit of the conveyor going into the chest. Now, from here, let's harvest what's in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you see, that didn't take 30 seconds to do, but I now have 120 iron ore from one totem. So from that point, we then got a bit more industrial to this setup. This is actually a complete iron ore to iron production, and I have put so it comes off the stair and drops and fills up hopefully all of these boxes. Now, if you take it, not every box fills up full. And for me to get to the ones around this side, I didn't actually give myself a lot of room to do this, or a lot of height to drop them from. But the back ones don't always get all that much in. But once again, we're not relying on using expensive items like our very hard to get smelter to just produce enough to go into one chest, because it wouldn't take long to fill up. As you see, there is more coming off. So to make it, because I've allowed for that amount, 1 coal and 3 iron to keep a constant run, so it does fill up quite quickly. But the smelter took me quite a long time to get, because I had to buy the pink gear it takes to get it. So it isn't quite a very cheap piece of equipment. But as you see, it is a simple automation task that you can set up if you can get 3 pieces of pink equipment. We'll take the shortcut down. So you take it, not all goes into the boxes. Sometimes it manages to find a way to get past. And as you see, the one straight ahead, this one and one has 5. These two have a best chance of getting the blocks, but the others do get some, so at least getting some is better than just relying on it going into one of 2 conveyor belts. But since getting that, and by getting these crates and taking less time to harvest, therefore means I do actually do it a lot more often. Now, of course, I could put 2 chests here, I could put 3, I could even put 4, because if you want to put 4, if you see where the totem is here, you would have to put the box going off behind it, so it's having the totem in the center. You can't put more than 4 boxes because it won't reach the totem, and the totem won't drop anything on anything further around. So if we go back to my stone, just to show the simple point that these 8 take up this much space. It's either take up this much space or the much smaller space that we take up with having 1 totem and 1 industrial box collecting. This is much more better than the farming, which now only gives you oily crops and technically makes it worthless because you are spending so much money and will take so long to get any collection. So now the only thing that you can harvest on industrial basis is wheat, which I just do 1 totem to 2 boxes, and this gives me somewhere near enough, unless I'm going to do a great deal of bacon. These 2 totems and the 4 chests give me time to go and do something else, rather than just technically standing at this box with loads of totems just clicking away for hours on end. This is not what the game should be about, is just standing and clicking on a box so you can collect stuff, and certainly not making the massive farms with 80 totems that no one can really afford, because they cost so much to build. And any person to the game, once you leave going from having fields like this, the next step for the wheat would be just to have it in this amount of space and allow the time for it to do that, because you are not going to just be coming back and getting stacks and stacks of what you have. So I don't use any of the watering items because I have enough fields that it builds up enough anyway. So that is our look at industrializing the stone if you want, but I have more than enough stone, so I don't need to, but you can. But to do the coal and the others in that fashion, that's the best setup. It's the most efficient. It means you have a little more time to go and do something else, come back. Yes, there is of course waste when it fills up one. It doesn't automatically move to another one. So you can have a small amount of stuff being lost, but doing it thousands of totems to one industrial chest, you have millions of stuff getting lost. So please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.